Signs of a slowdown in the Metro Vancouver housing market keep piling up as house prices fall. That is the subject of tonight's NewsHour Insight, and Deb Hope joins us now with more.
Yes, Chris, and it's not a real estate crash, at least not yet, but some say it's definitely a bumpy landing. Vancouver home sales dropped more than 27% in November compared to November of last year. No other city besides Halifax fell further. Not only that, it's the first time in a long time that the average price dropped as well. As Jazz Joe Hall reports, people are pulling their homes off the market.
Mother Nature may have delivered snow to the Lower Mainland today, but it's Finance Minister Jim Flaherty who's being blamed for the real estate market's big chill. It's a dramatically cooling housing market, where new sales numbers show a 27% drop compared to last November. If you're expecting a thaw, you'll be waiting a while.
On the pricing side, I don't expect prices to go anywhere fast. I expect prices to be quite flat for the next few years.
Average prices in Vancouver have dropped 6%, from $728,000 to $682,000 for a detached home. This cooling comes after Finance Minister Flaherty cut the maximum length for insured mortgages to 25 years from 30.
It will mean that some people will not buy into the market. It will also mean that some people will buy less into the market, so they'll buy a less expensive home or a less expensive condominium. Good. I consider that desirable.
These measures reduce the number one risk, domestic risk to the Canadian economy.
Critics say Flaherty brought in the legislation to soften Toronto's dangerously hot condo market, which has now taken the steam out of Vancouver's housing market. The shorter amortization and tough talk was an overreaction to many in the industry, arguing it's pushed thousands of first-time buyers in BC away.
The Toronto market was the only market in Canada that really showed a significant acceleration in the pricing side. Well, I think this most latest tightening from 30 years to 25 years may in fact be unnecessary. That the markets in most of the major cities other than Toronto had already cooled down, and that changing the real estate market vis-a-vis tightening credit really was an unnecessary move at this point.
Meaning Vancouver homeowners shouldn't expect brighter or lucrative days for their real estate investments anytime soon.
And the Canadian Real Estate Association's projections for next year aren't looking any better. It now expects home sales across the country to drop 2% to just over 447,000 sales next year. And the association is forecasting the national average price to go up 0.3% to just over $365,000. And here in BC, they're calling for a drop of 0.3% in both the number of sales and the average price. Now, the Canadian Real Estate Association says its forecast for 2013 reflects an improvement from the summer when the federal government changed those mortgage rules. But it does expect that sales in most provinces will remain down from the levels posted before the new regulations. And Chris, that's tonight's Insight.